thing what I want to talk about is internals of the device. So this device is powered by a Snapdragon 400. That's a quad-core processor with Cortex A7 cores, clocked at 1.2 gigahertz. Like I said in my preview, the nicest thing is that it comes coupled with 1 gigabyte of RAM. And even if you want to compare it to 512 megabytes of RAM, which has been commonly used in the lower to mid-range Nokia Lumia phones, and you can see the difference is there with the 1 gigabyte. And I would have to refer to you again to my 635 versus 735 video where I demonstrate the difference and the advantages that 1 gigabyte can give a Lumia device. But generally speaking, in terms of real-life performance, the device is very fast and very fluid. Everything happens smooth and fast. Multitasking is pretty good. Game here open, it resumes, and it's just very nice, very convenient, and so you can just pick up with most apps where you left off. Let's see what more I open over here. Yeah, so also games like let's see, Internet Explorer. All the tabs that you have on the device remain on the phone, so you can easily pick up where you've left off if you're switching from a task. So let's see, I've had these games open for a little while. Let's see. I think if you leave them open too long, that you cannot resume the games. We're gonna try it again. Let's just check that out. So also loading times on games are very acceptable, especially for the price range. Just in general, it feels really smooth. So for Angry Birds now starting up. Alright. So let's do a little app switching between the games. Other game, yeah. So we have 2 games open now, and you see also that the buttons neatly tuck away, so you won't press them sometimes accidentally, which sometimes, well, I know it happens with Android phones sometimes too, especially when they started the on-screen button stuff. That it was very annoying that you would maybe do a wrong press and then return to your start screen, interrupting your game. So now we're gonna multitask, Angry Birds, and you can see Angry Birds is still running. It's been put on pause, so it's similar like how it goes in iOS and Android. I think more similar to Android because you can have multiple games on the background. But just like iOS characteristic, when you leave a game open for too long, of course that's just smart energy management, it will close down that app. Next thing I'd like to talk about are the cameras. I can't say that the cameras, actually I did the intro with the selfie cam on this device, and that was pretty good quality. And I can say for the quality on the back of the camera, what can I say about it? It's quite good. It's way above average and easily the best in class for its price range. It's just very good, especially the front camera, 5 megapixel camera. Also pictures are taken relatively fast, a lot faster than it used to be on the older hardware, because that used to be one of the niggles with the Pro Cam that came with it, to be with the 1020. It was quite slow, but as you can see, it's pretty fast. It does some amazing things, and of course with the Lumia camera app, it's just very convenient, and it does a lot of things. It has a lot of extra features. So you have a sequence feature here. It's just very nice and a very good experience. Just go back for a second. I know it's been showcased a lot, but the interface and where the buttons are is just very easy. You just swipe this out and you can do all kind of measurements and adjustments. So if I want to have the picture lower, I want to have it brighter, and you see the changes real time. It's very nice interface, and it just comes into handy. Next, I'll show up some camera samples, And I also compared them with the iPhone 6, and some of the results are shocking, really, because this is we can't forget, this is a €250 device, but it takes exceptional shots, especially in low light. Needless to say, it has the exact same camera as it had in the 720, and that one was already a leg up on phones like the S4 and the iPhone 5, and I'm glad they kept it in tradition with this one. Might not make the sharpest pictures, but in good daylight and well-lit circumstances, it should be fine. And in darker circumstances, it's among the best on the market. So let's take a look at the sample photos that I took, and I've compared them with the iPhone 6. And you see on the left-hand side, I've taken a picture outside when it's a little dark. You just see that the 735 takes in a lot more light. It does go and do that at the expense of details, but the overall picture is more visible. Actually, you're getting more out of the picture than you can even see with your own eyes, and it even becomes more prominent when you go inside. And in the second sample, I took a photo of my mouse, and on the iPhone you can't really distinct the mouse. You can't really see the shape or anything like it, and you see again that the 735 does do a much better job of photographing the object. Again, you do lose some details, but you get a clear picture and you can really see that it is a mouse. So that's a very nice thing that the 735 is going for. Pictures in low light are absolute top because of the 1.9 f aperture, also found in the 720, and it's still one of those lenses that has the widest aperture available on smartphones. During the day, the differences are minimal though between the iPhone 6 and the 735, and I'd have to give the advantage to the iPhone 6 because the more detail does add up to make a better picture if you don't need to get out the low light so much. So that's a little comparison of photos I took with both phones. And I can't say in conclusion that the picture quality of the 735 is above average and among the best in low light especially. Another thing maybe you guys are interested in is how the loudspeaker performs. Let's see if I can find a clip here. So I'm starting up my tube, which is actually one of the, well, I think that's still my favorite by far YouTube app. If you guys want, I can do a separate video on it because this app is the it's the strongest functionality wide of any YouTube app I've ever used on any device on any OS. It just has so much that you can do. So let's crank up the volume. Speakers is quite loud. Speaker plays on the back. You can see it over here. As you can see, I can just tuck away. So the sound is pretty good on the device. I think it's a little less rich than on the 720. I also had somebody ask me about that, how do those compare. It was a bit more, bit better, fuller, with a little more low tunes as compared to the 720. Also, if I compare it to other devices like iPhone 6 and those kind of phones, yeah, this speaker is alright, but it's very loud, so it's probably louder than something like the iPhone or other devices. But it seems the lower frequencies get cut off a bit, and that's doesn't contribute to the best sound quality experience that you can get on the phone generally. So another important feature to me, and that's also something that I'm glad has been kept on the front side of things, is the battery life on these devices. And I can't say the 735 is just like the 720 its predecessor very well in this respect. You can see I still have 25% left, but that is the time since last charged. As you can see that here is 1 day and 19 hours. That's about average, and still not dead for today. So I reckon you can get about 2, sometimes maybe even 3 days out of the battery, because you can see also no battery saver mode or anything else enabled. So the battery life is extremely good. You can just see that the Snapdragon 400 is a very efficient processor, and even more so on a Windows Phone powered device. So in conclusion, what can I say about the 735? Well, I'd say it's one of the most well balanced Windows Phone in a long time. An excellent device, not only for a Windows Phone, but just generally a good smartphone in the price range in the class. I think it's the top mid-range phone you can buy right now. I mean, you get a very good rear camera, probably the best front-facing camera. You get wireless charging. You get very fast performance on a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400, which also equates to very good battery life in this device. I just don't see any real gripe with the phone. It's just so complete, and it does everything with what you ask it to, and in a really good way too. And plus, the build quality is top notch, and it just looks good with this curved glass display. So I thank you guys for watching, and I hope I've helped you maybe give you more insight into the 735. And I'll see you guys in my next video.